The Los Angeles Lakers yet again are interested into another perennial all-star. It seems like D'Angelo Russell hasn't worked out as they wanted, and they're going for a guy who at the moment isn't having that great of a season as a team-wise, considering that Zach Lavine has been some sort of a negative vibe and a negative presence for the Chicago Bulls this season. Now, both teams sit at a 10th seed in the Eastern and Western Conference, right? Zach Lavine here, right, is, wanting to get out of Chicago considering that they haven't had that good of a time since he's been traded from the Timberwolves to the Bulls. Because he hasn't really had much playoff success. Whether they got one win against the Bucks, wow, congratulations. But that's about it. Now he wants out, and a great position for Zach Lavine in his career would be going to the Lakers aside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Now that's gonna cost them, but the reason why the Bulls will probably make this trade is because they are 5-13 with them, 8-4 without them, and they play a lot better when White is running the offense. And not only that, it looks like Lonzo Ball could potentially come back this season. So it makes a lot of sense to get rid of Zach Lavine if he doesn't want to be there, and the team is performing better without him. And you can get a good decent of assets from the Lakers now that they do have, in my opinion, that they didn't have a couple seasons ago, were assets, and now they do have them. Now, if you check the standings here, they are 10-10. And the Lakers have won 2 more games. The Bulls have lost around 3 more games. So it's a 2.5 difference. But the Lakers, in my opinion, could really make a climb. I think teams like the Pelicans and possibly the Kings could be falling off, in my opinion. I think those are 2 inexperienced playoff teams. The Kings, yes, last year they took the Warriors to 7. And the Pelicans, in my opinion, aren't really that good. You're relying on a guy in Zion Williamson that hasn't completed a season where he's played 60 games. He's your main guy. I don't think he's really all that, and he wants out of the Pelicans. You see him saying, "Oh, I want to go to Chicago. Oh, I want out." Blah 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 blah. With him, he's a mess. Off, in my opinion. Lately, he's been kind of settled down. But if it's not him getting called out on Twitter, it's him saying he wants to be somewhere else, or him saying he doesn't like coaching. It's a problem with Zion. He's, in my opinion, heading to be a bust in the NBA as the number 1 overall pick formerly. And the Kings, I think they're an exciting young team, but they still miss that firepower. Yes, you have Fox and Sabonis, but then you don't really have that third guy, and I believe that's going to be very key. Until they find that third guy, then they're not really going to be challenging for a championship or being a permanent playoff team. So I could see them falling off, and obviously the Lakers and Warriors, if they get it together, and also the Grizzlies, who just got Ja Morant back, could make a jump and win a bunch of games. And I think this starts with the Lakers trade Zach Lavine here. This is the most realistic trade I could find, but there's only a couple changes I would honestly do that I think would be very realistic for both sides that help. And that would be add Alex Caruso and switch Gabe Vincent for Austin Reeves. And now you might be saying, Austin Reeves. Yeah, I would switch it. The guard situation for the Lakers, apparently the Darvin Ham is so bad that he's running it with 4 power forwards in the center. That's how bad it's gotten. The lineup consists of all 4s and a 5, right? D'Angelo Russell is on the bench. Rui is on the bench. I know he's a forward. But you got Gabe Vincent on the bench. You've got Austin Reeves on the bench. It's actually so odd. So if I were the Lakers and you're going to keep Darvin Ham for the rest of the year, you bring in 2 new guards so he could finally play with guards, right? And Zach Lavine and Alex Caruso. Zach Lavine's obviously going to have to be a starter no matter what if you want to go back to LeBron James running point. And Zach Lavine can obviously play the shooting guard position. And then you could run with 2 power forwards and Anthony Davis. You could do that. But if you get Alex Caruso, he could come off the bench. He makes a great difference. He's a great shooter, and I believe he would be a lot more trusted than D'Lo and Austin Reeves. And I understand Austin Reeves gets a lot of clutch shots here and there, but I think Gabe Vincent isn't valued as much by the Bulls as Austin Reeves, and Austin Reeves is coming off the bench. I would be unhappy if I were him because I come onto the court and he does well, So I personally believe it helps everybody. You get new guards for Darvin Ham. It seems like he's unhappy with his since he's only putting power forwards in the lineup. The Austin Reeves gets to be a starter possibly for the Bulls. New plays. Maybe they give him the chance. And not only that, the Bulls get Rui Hachimura, who I think is a good player. they lack a power forward, in my opinion, like Rui. You get a couple shooters, a couple playmakers like D'Lo, Gabe Vincent. You get a couple picks here and there. I know they're second round picks, but you never know. And you could possibly flip D'Lo and Gabe and D'Lo if you don't really like them. I know they have Kobe White, they have Lonzo Ball, and then they would have Austin Reeves. I understand there's limited minutes, but I personally believe this really helps out both sides if you were to switch out Gabe Vincent for Austin Reeves and you give Zach Lavine and Alex Caruso. But anyways, leave a comment down below if you think if you would make that trade if you were on either side, and make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this, and thank you guys for watching.